Moments into what would become the most destructive wildfire disaster in California history, as fire crews were first responding to reports of flames. As law enforcement officers suddenly saw small fires fan into large blazes, CAL FIRE communications operators at the St. Helena Emergency Command Center had an inkling of what was developing.
There was a communications operator that was here, Jennifer, and all she could do was answer 911 after 911. That first hour, there were over 200 911s into the center alone.
It's October 9th, about 1:30 in the morning. The ECC called and asked if we wanted to come in. I was here by about 2 o'clock in the morning.
I was on Sunday. I went home Sunday at 7 o'clock, and when I got up in the morning, I realized what was going on. So I immediately got dressed and came to work. I sat down right here and took over and immediately started receiving phone calls.
This is the main dispatch center for CAL FIRE's Sonoma Lake Napa unit, which covers 6 large northern California counties.
In the first 48 hours of the fire, we had over 3,700 calls come into the center, which is like 2.5 calls per minute.
We had people calling in constantly saying, I can't get out, I need help getting out. We had to immediately send, contact the resources in the field, send them out to assist people evacuating.
Come on, she's disabled. All right, let me get her feet,
We had the CHP helicopters, reach helicopters in the area coming up to us that they're responding out for rescues. That was huge. I think that first day, I was probably in here for 17 or 18 hours before I walked next door and threw a sleeping bag on the floor.
The first day that I was here, I actually was given the assignment of hiring all the call when needed helicopters that were staging at all the heli bases.
The duties of a CAL FIRE communications operator expand far beyond answering 911 calls. On this day, communications operator Julie Bradley is assigned to aircraft dispatch.
Where Julie is, she is in our main aircraft position here. And so she's been dealing with coordinating with all the aircraft out at the incident. So they'll come up to her on the radio and say, we need additional air tankers, we need additional helicopters. And then she works with our region out of North Ops, out of Reading, to secure those resources for them. So, and in addition, she'll contact private vendors, and we've hired a ton of private helicopters to help with these fires. And so she's working, coordinating with those private vendors to secure those resources. So that has been a huge workload.
Communications operators are also assigned to base camps. This one is set up at the Napa County Fairgrounds.
This location at the fairgrounds for the Southern Complex is what we call the ICP, the Incident Command Post or Base Camp. And what we do as being on the ECC teams is create a small city to support those fires. My role on the fires is to help create the city, to get the orders that come in from the different units, from the resource unit leaders, situation, base camp manager, and order all that equipment and get what they need, the trailers, the humans, the overhead people, to get them here to support the fires. Everything is like hurry, hurry, rush, rush, critical need, and it really is. I mean, when houses are burning and people are getting hurt, it's trying to get their equipment here as fast as we possibly can. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning and they need a trailer for something, so we have to find it. And that's the hardest part, is knowing that I have to work as fast as I can, personally me, to get them what they need.
This is where radios are cloned, so crews are on the same frequency, where equipment is ordered, where reporters and residents can come for information, where inmate firefighters are housed, and where a base kitchen is set up. It's also where investigators compile their findings. So much the public doesn't see. These CAL FIRE communications operators are a team of public safety professionals, some of whom were firefighters themselves earlier in their careers. They work the fires behind the scenes.
We're the ones building the base camps and doing the background work and taking the first 911 calls. So we're definitely a part of the first responder team.
They've worked weeks on end, barely taking in the severity of the deadly disaster. It's what happens when you're in the eye of the firefight.
You're so busy when you're here, and in a way you're separated from seeing what's going on out there other than what you're seeing on the news, just because, you're in here that whole time, that it almost doesn't hit you until it's really been, a couple weeks after the fact, and We get some downtime during the daytime to actually be outside and see it for ourselves.
We have a lot of feelings. We're people. We have families. We've experienced these things.
Communications operator Courtney Dunkin and her family barely escaped the 2015 Valley Fire, their home a complete loss.
I have my own emotions and feelings and things that I bring from the Valley Fire in here every single day.
Being a CAL FIRE communication operator is just an amazing opportunity, how truly involved you are. I mean, you are making decisions, you are changing people's lives, you are really, protecting the public, and it's a great job, and all the work these guys do is truly impressive.
Even the people that have lost their homes on all the fires that I've been on, they're very appreciative, and it brings it home to you. Like, I do this and I'm helping these people. Even if I'm in the command center, I'm getting someone to you to help you. And it just feels good.